We're excited to have you participate in the GRACEArts program. GRACEArts has been a foundational program of the Greater Reston Art Center for over 30 years. Originally started as Art in the Schools, as a way to supplement arts education at the elementary level, GRACEArts is now a way to have meaningful conversations in the classroom centered around art and make cross-curricular connections to math, science, technology, and the humanities. The program isn't possible without volunteers like you. It's a massive program in over 30 schools serving nearly 20,000 students. That takes an army of volunteer docents and coordinators. Our goal is to make the program as enjoyable for our volunteers as it is for our students. This brief introduction to implementing GRACEArts in your classroom should help you feel confident in your role as a GRACEArts volunteer. The basis of GRACEArts is our portfolios. We currently offer over 80 portfolios to choose from. Portfolios may center around the biography of a single artist, like Leonardo da Vinci or Frida Kahlo, or maybe a thematic portfolio that looks at the work of multiple artists, like the history of photography or public art. We have two different types of portfolios, revised and classic, offered in two different types of formats, digital and physical. Let's take a look at the differences between the two. Our portfolios are offered in two types of formats. Physical portfolios are the original way the program was brought into the classroom. Schools will pick up their month's portfolio selection from Grace, and the school will share the portfolio throughout the month. The portfolio contains colorful posters that can be used in the classroom presentation as well as other written resources. At the end of the month, the portfolio must be returned to Grace so it can be checked out to another school. Our digital portfolios, or e-portfolios, are 100% digital. All the rented portfolios are accessible beginning in September with a link to files hosted on Dropbox. The benefit of these e-portfolios is that schools have the ability to prepare for the classroom visits for longer periods of time, and different classrooms can simultaneously give the same presentation. However, our volunteers must have access to classroom technology and feel comfortable using it for the e-portfolios to make sense for your school. GRACEArts has been a success for decades, but that doesn't mean we don't want to improve the program. Over the past several years, we have been working with FCPS art teachers to update and improve the content of our portfolios. We are working to make the portfolios more user-friendly for our docents. However, many of our schools still wanted the option of using our older portfolios. Since you might be using both over the course of the year, let's talk a little bit about the differences between them. Both our classic and revised portfolios are available for checkout in either our digital or physical formats. Our classic portfolios give more autonomy to the docents. They contain images of the artwork, a basic overview of the topic, a bio for artists, and information about the images you'll be showing. They also have Today in GRACEArts handout that can be photocopied and sent home to communicate with parents. Our revised portfolios also have a general overview of the topic and the Today in GRACEArts handout. They also have grade-level specific presentations that have been outlined for you. In the PowerPoint's notes section, or in the printouts in your physical portfolio, you will find a basic script that you can use during your presentation, questions to initiate classroom discussion, and examples of the artwork in either the PowerPoint or in the posters. Perhaps the most useful is a list of suggested grade-level appropriate art activities with a materials list. It's important to keep in mind that you do not have to do the activities listed or follow the script in the presentation, but if you need some extra guidance, it's there for you. You don't need an art history degree to be a successful volunteer. All you need is an interest in art and a willingness to work with kids. Before you go into the classroom, take some time to familiarize yourself with the portfolio you'll be presenting that month. If you're using a revised portfolio, think about what questions you'd like to use with the class. Don't think of GRACEArts as a lecture that you give about art, but instead use it as an opportunity to facilitate discussion through art. When possible, it can be helpful to have 2 volunteers in the class. One can give the presentation while the other sets up the art lesson. Some of our suggested art lessons may not work for your students or classroom environment, so feel free to adapt them in a way that works for you. We love to see what you're doing in the class, so keep us updated with pictures and success stories. We want GRACEArts to be as enjoyable for you as it is for the kids, so we're working on creating more resources for you to have at your fingertips. We have a GRACEArts Facebook page that you can use to share lesson ideas, talk about successes, and share resources with other schools in the program. It's an open page that any volunteer can join. If you're looking for other art activity options or feel stumped, feel free to contact Grace directly. We have lots of options that we can brainstorm with you, or that you can come out to the center and look through at your own pace. In March, we offer schools the opportunity to show off what the students have learned during Youth Art Month. The students will be able to see their work hung in a professional gallery. Check with your coordinator on the dates for the show. The Education Department at the Greater Reston Art Center is always here to help. If you have issues with your portfolios, need some advice on where to buy supplies, or want to give suggestions on how to improve the program, we would love to hear from you. You can call us at 703-471-9242 or email us at galleryassistant@restonarts.org. We hope you enjoy being a part of the GRACEArts program.